What are these GitHub projects in here now? I'm still in the projects ribbon in here, and I'll simply create a new project by clicking onto this, project button. And I'll do this now without explaining too much what the project actually is, because by creating it, you will see why this can make a lot of sense, especially in bigger projects. Let's say we have a project here, and this is website landing page update. For example, here we could just say, well, add new images, some dummy text in here. This could be some kind of a website update, which this project is all about. And if we now scroll down, we can see that we have this project template option here. By default, none is selected. This means we have to create our project, style here, our project board look on our own. We can also find some predefined looks though. If we go again to the Vue.js page and here into the project ribbon, we can see that we have 4 different projects created already here. And if we, for example, go to this roadmap project, you see what such a project board could look like. You have 4 different columns in here with so-called cards in these, which you can drag around. We'll see this soon. But this is basically your project board to give you a quick overview of the current state of your project. With that, we go back to our project and simply select this basic Kanban style. This will have different columns as described right here with to do, in progress, and done. And if we apply this logic to our issues we just learned about, well, this might make sense. We have some issues which are on the to-do list, some are in progress, and some are done. So let's select this one here. And let's create this project now. Here we are. This is what our project looks like. We have some default cards in here by the GitHub team. As I said, we can also drag around these cards. So right here, right there, oops, right there, like this. We don't need these though, so we will add such cards on our own. For that, we'll click onto that and delete this node here. Yes, I want to delete it. And then we also delete this second one here. Yes, we want to do this. Same thing applies to this one here. So this is all empty now. And now here to the right, we have this open filter menu with is open here entered. Now, as we just learned about issues, what if we open a new issue and see if this has an impact onto this project page here? For that, I'll go to the issues page and create a new one. And I'll call this max image still placeholder, and there we could say please replace the placeholder with the real image. So very simple example. Once again, we won't assign this issue now, but what you want to do now is we want to add this issue to a project. As we just created one, this should hopefully be here. So let's see. Yeah, we see the website landing page update project is here. So let's add it right here. Yeah, this is fine. So we can close this. And I won't add any labels. It's just about this project logic now. So we'll submit this new issue now. And if we now go back to our projects right here and open the project, then you see that here with our is open filter, this issue is displayed now right here. And the cool thing is that we can simply drag and drop this card now and add it, for example, to the to-do column. With that, we can manage our project efficiently. And by the way, also close this if we want to. You can also bring it back by clicking here. And with that, we can see at the example of issues, which open issues we have, which issues might be in progress, or which issues might be done. You can also automate this process up to a certain point. If we, for example, go to the to-do column once again, then we have these 3 dots, and in there we could manage the automation of our different issues in our case. If we click onto this, you see that anything should be added to do, for example, if any newly added issue was added to a project. If we would do this, so let's say newly added issues should be added here. So we'll update the automation. And we could also say that we do the same thing for in progress. There you also have options to manage your automation, but I'll not dive into this column here. I'll go to the done column. Here, click onto the three dots, go to manage automation and say once an issue is closed, this one, then it should be added to this column. So let's update this and let's drag this issue now to in progress. Let's say we are working on this. And now what we could do is we could close this issue and create a new one. So if our automation works correctly, well, this should be moved over here automatically, and the new issue should be, well, in the left column. Let's see if this works by going back to issues. First opening this one and say, yeah, okay, we added this image, so we can close this issue. So it's closed. Now we go back to the issues menu, open a new one and say maybe about us page not loading, just some dummy topic again, and I'll just copy this down also as the comment in the description down here. It's just about that automation process being displayed. So let's now assign this issue to the project again, right here. Yes. And if we now submit this new issue, right here, then if we go back to our project, open the project page, you see that the image still placeholder issue was closed and therefore moved to the done column, whereas the about us page not loading issue was opened and therefore is in the to do column. And if you're working on it, we could move it to the in progress column if we want to. Besides that, by the way, you also have the option here with that plus to add a note. For example, please finish as soon as possible. So here you could add a quick note if you want to. This would also be possible. And here we can cancel this. So this is it about projects actually already. It's just a quick introduction, because the important thing here as part of this course is that you understand that the logic we just saw about creating an issue, managing your issues, for example, actively as projects, then fixing these issues via pull requests gives you the complete control over your project and over the flow and over the people who contribute or collaborate in your project. This also concludes the actual core part of this module. There are some other things to explore about GitHub though. This is what we will tackle in the next lectures before we then finally arrive at the end of this hopefully very insightful module.